Today, I was finally back at the set of And Just Like That, the Sex and the City reboot series. I knew they're gonna have a Halloween party with costumes, and Halloween is one of my favorite holidays, and costume is one of my favorite things, so I was sure to be there. I was hoping the main characters are gonna be in outfits, costumes, and I was trying to figure out what they're gonna wear. Unfortunately, look at all the people around them. Everybody has a costume. But these two, Carrie and Miranda, just walking in fashionable clothes. It's a nice look and everything. But I was hoping something like wings, carriage, big. I was thinking big. So this was the scene, the one you just saw. And everything else, this is behind the scenes. They were filming at the Boathouse at Prospect Park. So it was a really nice setting. Here are the set chairs, costumes walking to the set. They just had so many of them. And some of them were really creative. I'm not sure if the production got them the costumes or some of them brought their costumes from home. But it was very creative, and they were all carrying them proudly. So I got some ideas for Halloween next year. So basically on the filming set, it's, they had to shoot the same scene over and over again. And every time something else was destructive to the scene. One time it was a plane, another time just somebody crossing on the filming set, and just every time something else blew it up. But eventually they got it right. You see here Carrie and Miranda preparing for action. And then once it's action, everybody starts walking. So they have costumes walking in front of them, costumes walking behind them. And they're kind of in the middle having a short conversation with each other. It was hard to focus on them because there were so many people coming our way, including not just extras, but just people working on the set. It was a really long trail. And actually, to start the set, they had 3 different action sessions, when they press the car down. So not 1, not 2, 3, each one signaling for a different camera what number this is. Ooh. This is Carrie dropping something, so obviously they have to reshoot this one. But they still kept walking because sometimes, you can edit and connect it differently. So you just want to have as many options as possible. So I did not change positions during this. I could have stood on the other side. I thought it's going to be more considerate if I'm just going to stand in one spot and not keep moving. So not to confuse any of the actors. And I also stand in behind several people just to minimize my effect on the set. It took them about an hour to film this scene. Between 2:15 and 3:15, they were walking back and forth from the cameras, and everybody seemed to have a really good time. I know the extras were having fun with their costumes, and I know the extras are always frustrated because they're not allowed to take their photos while on set, and they have these great costumes on. It's probably kind of frustrating that you cannot show anybody what you're wearing and that you were filming with Sarah Jessica Parker and Cynthia Nixon. I try to get as many extras as possible because I know sometimes the production cut them out and they never see themselves on the set. So I'm here for you, and I hope I got each and every one of you, including some crew members. But I know my community mainly want to see Sarah Jessica Parker, Cynthia Nixon, and the other stars of the show. So I got some great footages for you as well. They had great chemistry today. It was pretty cold outside, and they didn't have their jackets on. And they're like all these people you see in the costumes, and Sarah Jessica Parker and Cynthia Nixon were not dressed appropriate for the weather. It was pretty chilly, but they were braving out the cold and doing this scene over and over again until they got it right. They probably had around 300 extras today on set, and I like it how none of the costumes are repetitive, so you will only see each costume once. I also appreciated how they made the couples, Beauty and the Beast, Harry Potter and Professor McDougal, Elvis Presley and Priscilla, and obviously Carrie and Miranda. And I'm surprised, like this party, they're going into the venue, but you don't see any of the other characters, just the two of them showing up. Michael Patrick King, the director and creator of the show, kept walking back and forth between the scenes. I think today was the first time I heard him really getting upset, and that was when they finally had the perfect take, but at the very end of it, somebody walked into the frame. And if you are from this world of movie productions, you probably know who it was. I'll give you a hint. After every take, they had to do makeup, hair again, and just fix everything up, going back to the starting point and wait to the signal. So this is a lot of people and a lot of money. Every minute counts. Every minute is expensive. So they always try to minimize and to do it in the most efficient way possible. And for this one, it took them about 7, maybe 8 takes until they finally got it as they wanted. But the actors, the extras, they didn't seem to be too frustrated about it. You could hear them complaining here and there, but it was all part of the fun of being on the set, and they were kind of joking about it and not really complaining, which was actually really nice to see. I love the fact that this year set, the crew, the actors are much more relaxed, less tension than last year, and just, enjoying their job and what they do. Which is, I think, the whole point of being in this industry, because it's absolutely fascinating to see these filming sets, what they're capable of, their creativity, and how they can change New York as we know it and transform it in time, in space, in any different angle, any possible angle. They just twist it around and forming something new, something colorful, something that I really enjoy watching.
Rolling.
We're rolling.
I know, we're rolling. I'm waiting for Sean to roll. All right. And action.
Damn.
That is correct. That's what we've been doing.